Mr. Firzli, and from your perspective, from a European perspective, how is Burnham's possible premiership being viewed?
I think he could make a very interesting prime minister, and unlike my distinguished colleague in London, I don't lean conservative. If anything, by English or British standards, I would be a liberal, an old-fashioned liberal. So I'm not a natural supporter of the Labour Party. However, personally, I have some sympathy for Andy Burnham for what he's trying to achieve. The problem is the contradictions of what he wants to achieve. So to make a long story short, I think he wants to square the wheel, right? So in economics, it's very difficult to square the wheel, right? To be black and white at the same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he wants some kind of supply side economic policy, which I think is very smart, rooted in the regions, in the provinces, in cities like, Manchester, Liverpool, Edinburgh, Cardiff, which were neglected in the past in favor of highly centralized investment going to London, right? So the idea of investing more in infrastructure, in private equity, venture capital, high speed rail, energy in the north of England, across Britain, is a very good idea. So
Mm-hmm.
that is smart. The idea of bringing money from pension funds nationally, domestically, and from sovereign funds in Asia, Canada, Australia, investing in Britain is smart. However, the problem is that Burnham is torn because a big chunk of his party, his own, parliamentary base, and let's remember, Britain is a very parliamentary system. So the real power in Britain is in the hand of MPs, right?
Yes,
The
correct.
Commons control the government, and,
Mm-hmm.
and the instinct of many Labour MPs with whom he will have to navigate and make concessions, and he will have to take into account their views. Their views are a little bit too left wing. So they think they can tax and spend
Yeah.
blindly. And I think that's the problem because the debt level today of Britain is very high, and therefore his room for maneuver
Mm-hmm.
fiscally in terms of budget is very narrow.